What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a little tool review. These are new tools that I just purchased. This video is not sponsored. These two products that I have bought here with my own money. But this one is a Ridgid Oscillating Edge Belt Spindle Sander. That is a mouthful. So, it is right here. Purchased this at Home Depot. This has, right now it has the spindle sander in it. And you have all this storage down here below, which I really like. That is really nice. So, this comes off. It's reverse threaded. And inside these sandpaper tubes, there's a sleeve, so that way it fits on here. But according to which one you do, there's these O-rings down here, and you switch out whichever O-ring you need for whichever sandpaper you're using. So we're going to slide this cover back on, put this O-ring back on, slide this down, put the washer back on top. Now it is reverse threaded, which is kind of awkward at first, and spin it back tight. Now one cool feature with this is if you have kids or you don't want anybody messing with this little piece right here is a safety switch. You can take it out of the actual switch and it just will pop right back in, and then once we plug this in here, we will be able to start the machine. With that out, the machine will not start. So the oscillating will make it go up and down. That way you don't get sand marks on your paper, on your wood. I'm going to unplug this here. Now it has the belt sander attachment, which is this. So you take out this whole configuration off and slide this on there. Now this lever right here is your tension on the belt. So when you pull this back, it releases the tension. That way you can change out your sandpaper when you need to. Just push it back, tightens back up. This lever here is your track adjustment. So if your sandpaper is riding up, you turn it one way. If your sandpaper is going down while in the machine, you can twist it the other way. It says more in the directions on which way to go, but when I first did set this up, the belt was sliding up, so I did have to adjust that knob a little bit. But one nice feature is that it has storage back here for this, so that way you can store it right there. Now if you're using this, but not this, you can take this off and store this faceplate back here, because the faceplate cannot be used when this is in there. Now one reason I purchased this is because I'm working on a little project, and the tools that I have were being a little difficult to sand all this. So for these O's on this tic-tac-toe board, the 1.5 inch sandpaper is a perfect fit. It made a perfect circle. I started out by using this one and shaping the circle a little bit better. It was rough cut with a jigsaw, which was not very much fun at all, which will lead me to my next purchase that I bought that day. But all this will go back in here. I really do like the machine. It is very nice. I've used it for probably an hour or so now. I've had it for 3 days, I believe. It works very well. This is a stop, so that way you can place your work on here. You do not want to sand from this side, otherwise it's going to try to kick it backwards. That is not safe. So if you place your work against the stop, you can just feed it right in. You can move this though, just unscrew it, and you can move it around. It's got a little hole right here where the groove slides right into it, and you tighten it back down. It works with the spindle and the belt sander. You can use it with both of them. The table here will move to different angles. So that way if you have an angled piece that you're working on that you need to get perfectly sanded, you can sand it at an angle. Just tighten that back up when you want a flat surface. You can put a miter gauge in here if you're trying to get something slid in there. It does not come with a miter gauge, but you can use one. It has screw holes, so that way you can screw it down to a table or a bench or whatever you're using. This is just a temporary setup here just for what I'm working on right now. But my next purchase that I bought was a scroll saw. I was debating on whether to get a bandsaw or a scroll saw, and they had this one at the local Home Depot, so I ended up picking this one up. It also has a safety switch that you pull out, and it says remove to lock, and it just pushes right back in. It has a dial here to adjust your speed on how fast you're going to cut. The table on this one also adjusts. You move that lever right there and you can do different degrees. It has a chute here for dust that you can hook up a vacuum to. Back here is your blade tensioning. So that way if your blade is not very tight, you can tighten it or loosen it. It also has a knob right here where you loosen this, and then from the bottom side you can detach the blade out of there. It does come with another blade when you purchase this. This hose right here is supposed to be for compressed air. So when you're running the machine, it goes up and down, which compresses air. There's a little cylinder in there, and it's supposed to shoot air out of here. But as you can see, where they have it pointed is right at the guard, which is not very handy, but you can just move this around. I haven't done it yet. This lever right here lets your guard go up and down wherever you need your guard. Tighten it back up. I'll plug this in and show you how this works also. Now this piece come in very handy for cutting the X's. I used a jigsaw, and these are little pieces. And using a jigsaw, it boogered them up. It was not very clean cut. I actually remade a bunch of these X's because I just did not like the way it cut them out. With the scroll saw, it cut out nice and smooth. It was a very nice cut. Very easy to use. It does take a little getting used to, but it is very easy to use. I think this will end the tool review for tonight. Hopefully soon we can get back to lawn related videos. It is winter here in southern Iowa and the lawn is dormant, so right now we can't do much outside. One other thing is I did purchase extra belts and spindles. They had them also. I did get them up there, so you can buy different grits of sandpaper. We have an 80 grit and a 150 grit on the one side, and then your belt package comes with a 50, an 80, and a 120 grit sandpaper. I did also buy those. That does not come with it. It comes with what is on the machine right now. That's all it comes with. But I wanted extra and different types of grits. But if you guys like this video, please like it, subscribe. Thank you for watching.